Punt It Long, episode 4. We start off with the fact that it's obviously been an international break kind of weekend, and I've never really noticed how boring international break actually is, obviously because my team Dunfermline plays during the international break anyway, but when doing a series like this you actually notice how little there is to speak about. But here's from it's a decent episode. Enjoy. So we start off in the international break with a week of ups and downs for Cristiano Ronaldo. On Friday night he scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes against Egypt in a game where Mohamed Salah also scored. Portugal went on to win 2-1 with 2 last minute goals from Ronaldo. Now that he's done the complete opposite, which on Monday night he didn't have a shot against what was a poor Holland side before this game. It just shows the contrast in how a game can pan out for a player, even a great player like Ronaldo. He can have one absolutely fantastic game where he can save his side from defeat and then go on to play a game where he doesn't even have a shot, which is the first time that's happened this season. So perhaps it's credit to the Holland performance. Maybe it's a bit harsh of me to say that it's a week of ups and downs for Ronaldo. Maybe it was just a really good Netherlands performance. Didn't actually see the game live, but it just shows the contrast in how, as I said, such a good player that Ronaldo is, he can still have such an up and down week. It was the same sort of scenario for Gordon Strachan in Scotland. Edit in the video and you realise you just said the ex-manager for Scotland. Brilliant, Ben, brilliant. On Friday night we played against Costa Rica and we lost 1-0 at Hampden. Really small crowd there. Covered it on the vlog, which you can go and view now. I'll leave it in a poll card in the top right corner. After that performance there was really no means for positivity apart from the fact that it was only friendly games and the competitive games hadn't properly started yet. Last night they played against Hungary away from home and managed to get a 1-0 win with a Matt Phillips goal as the winning goal. And it was a far more positive performance. It was a slightly different team that played. There was more experience in there. Players like Stuart Armstrong, Callum McGregor got a few minutes here and there. A few debutants as well. Jack Hendry was in there. So it was positive signs. Matt Phillips gets his first goal for Scotland as well. Perhaps that's the kind of road that Alex McLeish has to start going down, where he just picks more experienced players alongside these new boys, because there's no doubt that the Scotland squad need a bit of a revamp in terms of just the overall age of it and the fact that it's been the same players for years now and we've failed to qualify for tournaments. But mix that new blood in with some of the experience that was already there, because it's no doubt that in the sides that are successful in international football there's always that core of teams that have succeeded at the level previously, and whilst ultimately Scotland haven't succeeded at the level, it's all about the experience of these tournaments, and it can always be a helpful asset to your team that you have players that have been at this level consistently before. We now jump down into non-league in England, where Glenn Tamplin, the manager of Billericay Town, decided that when his team were 3-0 down with about 20 minutes to go, that he'd leave the pitch and go on supposedly what the club are now saying, a business meeting. Some of the fans are calling for his head. It turns out that their opinion is that he's creating a bit of a circus act at Billericay Town. Don't know if you're aware of it, but they kind of create this atmosphere within their stadium that they've got, like, when the players walk down tunnels they've got like shark images, and it's meant to create a sort of atmosphere for opposition teams to come into and supposed to be a bit afraid of it. And there's been viral videos of Billericay Town singing that I Am the Greatest, I think it's called.
Shut your eyes and read it. I am a mountain, I am a tall tree, oh, I am a swift wind, sweeping the country.
But I've certainly never seen a manager leave with 20 minutes to go, jumping the guardrail and just exiting the stadium, despite the fact that you have a business meeting. I just would never think of it happening in any football environment. So as you know, on Saturday, if you've watched my vlog, it was Dundee United away for Dunfermline, and obviously with going to Dundee United you got to see the performance of their team, the debut of Bilal Mojni in particular. After the game, despite the fact that Bilal Mojni had been given man of the match, Shaba Laszlo continued to come out and say that he wanted to kill Mojni because of the error in our goal. Considering it was the only mistake in motion he made the full game and he actually strolled the game in my opinion, didn't have any problems with our defence except from that one slight error which I didn't even notice at the time. He was definitely not the bomb scare that I remember people telling me he was. Maybe he was always an alright footballer, but the on-field antics kind of got on top of it a bit. Xabi Alonso seems to be kind of losing the head of it at Dundee United, and the fact that Paul Sturrock, a Dundee United legend, is now waiting in the wings, basically waiting for Xabi to be dismissed of his duties, and no doubt that will be either before the end of the season or definitely at the end of the season, and Paul Sturrock will probably come in as Dundee United manager. With the amount of changes that Xabi's making to his team lineups, I'm really not sure if he was ever the right appointment to take Dundee United forward. It certainly seems like a bad appointment now, looking back on hindsight, but it wasn't never the appointment that when it was made you thought, wow, what an appointment, you know. Ultimately, I think Xabi Alonso's kind of lost the head, and with the way he acts on the sidelines, you couldn't really begrudge me of that statement either. And staying in the Scottish Championship, we have to talk about Brecon City being officially relegated. It was a brilliant story for them getting promoted last season. I was at the playoff final when they secured the promotion at Alloa. It was great scenes that day. They had a lot of fans down that day and they had a pitch invasion. It's probably one of the best moments in their club's history. But this season's just went completely wrong for them. They've had no wins and they've never really looked like winning a game either. They've came close a few times, but ultimately they've probably just not been up to the standard of this league. They've brought in a few decent additions throughout the season. I suppose they tried to make a late run for it in January by bringing in a few players on loan for Premiership sides. They got unlucky with one of them because they got injured. But throughout the full season, no wins kind of says that you're not going to get anywhere in the league. Hopefully they can pick a win before the end of the season, because I don't think it's a wanted record for a team to go through a full season without winning a single game. So hopefully they can do that and at least finish the season on a bit of a high. The only other kind of notable game from the weekend, up here in Scotland anyway, was the Ironbrew Cup final between Inverness and Dumbarton. Dumbarton in their first final for over 120 years, and Inverness winning their third Ironbrew Cup. Inverness won it in the last few minutes. Cal Tremarco, he came up with the winning goal, and it was good scenes for Inverness fans. Obviously for clubs like that who haven't got that big a fan base, it's a good achievement. I'm not a fan of the tournament myself. I think it should be scrapped or at least horrendously revamped. I don't think having under 20 sides playing against teams like Dunfermline and teams that are going for promotion to get to like the Premiership and that, I just don't think it's that big a incentive for teams like us. So the Ironbrew Cup's kind of like a third, almost fourth competition for most teams that are involved, and I just don't see the real need in it. And I can understand why most of the clubs around us, like St Mirren and stuff, didn't really take it seriously enough this season. I'd like to see it revamped if it's to continue, which it looks like it's going to, so hopefully we can see it revamped and at least make it a bit better, because I don't agree with the Welsh and Irish sides in it as well. And as usual, full circle, go back to Dunfermline, who have a vital game this weekend. This is really probably the be all and end all for playoffs. If we draw or lose this game, we're probably quite unlikely to make the playoffs by the end of the season. Simply down to the fact that if Queen of the South go and win, then they will jump ahead of us, and Dundee United have games in hand on us, so it's, if they at least win one of them, they'll go a few points ahead of us again. So we really need to win this game, and we've not actually beaten Queen of the South at East End Park since 2011, which I actually found quite surprising. We've drawn a lot of games against Queen of the South in the past few years at least, and of course we lost earlier in the season, got absolutely hammered that night. So hopefully it can be a complete turnaround of that result and we can come out firing on all cylinders and be positive from the start and get a few goals at least, because it would be good for the goal difference, and also we would go in the playoffs regardless of Morton v Dundee United's result at the weekend, because they're playing each other at Capello. So hopefully we can do that. It's a vital game, as I said, and if we want to make the playoffs, these are the games that we need to win now. On to the question part of the video now, where last week's question was how many goals did Alan Shearer score for Newcastle against Sunderland in his career? 6 of you voted this time, 2 voted for 9, 2 voted for 12 and 2 voted for 5. None voted for 3, and the correct answer was 3. So for the second week in a row, the least amount of votes went to the actual correct answer. So hopefully this week that can all change and multiple people can get the right answer. Since it's been Alex McLeish's first game in charge of Scotland, I'm going to base the questions around him this week and his reign as Scotland manager. In his previous reign as Scotland manager, who was the last Scotland player to score for Alex McLeish? As usual, I'll let you know in next week's episode who's got it right, how many people answered, etc, etc. Just for watching this week's video. As you'll notice, there's a slightly new different setup. It's going to be different again next week as well, because I've got changes coming to the room which I'll explain in the vlogs if you go and watch that, so keep up to date with them as well. Hope you're enjoying the Punt It Long videos as well. If you are, please give it a like. Comment down below anything about what I've said, if you've got any opinions, and hit subscribe for more of this type of content. Just for watching this video. Bye guys.